Hey, everybody. Hey, friends. Hey, everybody. I am 1 minute late. I'm so sorry. I was real quickly going to grab this book because there's something in there I want to share with you guys. Hi, everyone. Hey, everybody. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm going to apologize for the noise. Hopefully, you guys aren't hearing it as loudly as I am on this end. They're still doing it. The apartment that's on the other side of that wall, the people that own this building are remodeling it. The people moved out, so they're remodeling it. I think they're putting in carpet today. There's a lot of pounding, and it's coming from the floor area. And they've got a van out there with big rolls of carpet in it, so that's kind of a giveaway. I'm always happy to see the carpet van roll in, though, because that's the last thing they do, usually, other than paint. So hopefully this is it. I'm sorry I haven't come on. I just have felt like it was pointless with all the noise going on. I can't think straight. So here I am today. Hopefully we'll be able to get through this. So let me backtrack my chat here a little bit so that I can greet everyone. Sam, hi Sam, hi Lisa, hi Jenny, hi Miss Natalie, hi Margie. Hey everyone, my lovely ladies. Hello girls, how are you guys today? How are you guys on this fine Thursday? It's beautiful out today. Here you can see the sun shining on my face. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I'll be taking my dog out. It's just a tad bit windy, but not too bad. Hi Michaelis, hi, happy to see you. So hopefully it's not too loud over there, you guys. I'm so sorry in advance. It's probably the worst thing about living in an apartment building. We don't have any control over that, and when and how that happens. Hi Dean, nice to see you. So happy you're here. How is everybody today? I'm going to light some incense. So I'm here today to do readings, talk about crystals, talk about a download or two I received. Also, I want to kind of brag on a product that I think could be really helpful for a lot. You can't hear Sam? Oh, thank goodness, because they are so loud. I can hear her right there. Anyways, I want to talk about a product that it's kind of a game changer, kind of a life changer, and I think it could help a lot of people. And I just kind of want to share some awareness on this product, but we'll do that in a minute. It's beautiful sunny day in Utah. I love it. Gonna go get outside as much as possible. That is perfect. You got a tongue drum. You got a tongue drum? Okay, hold on a minute. I gotta go get mine and see if yours is how big is yours? Oh my gosh. So is it a steel tongue drum? That is so exciting. I have to go get mine. Now that you said that, I have to go get mine. That's probably one of the first. Well, no, I had a singing bowl first. Hi, Lisa. So happy you're here. So happy you're all here. I thought, well, today I'm kind of spirit-led. Whenever I'm going to come here to you guys, I always have to do a meditation ahead of time and talk to my guides and get, it's a 12-inch steel. Ooh, I'm so excited. I'll have to show you what mine looks like. I don't think mine's 12-inch though. You got a bigger one than me. But anyways, what I was saying is before I come here, I always do like a little meditation. I talk to my guides and I ask them to lead me towards the direction that we need to speak in, what the kind of overall collective need is, and to lead me in the direction to the decks that will bring that information out for people. And I there's no such thing as time outside of this dimension. So when I'm speaking with the higher dimension beings, they don't see a time frame. So when I ask for a collective energy, like what is to lead me, direct me towards the collective energy, they're going to read the collective energy right now in our time. So it seems like what I'm being led to is that a lot of people are struggling through their shadow work, bringing their vibration up. Is a lot of people are struggling through that right now. Just not that they're not doing it. They're doing it. That's the whole point, that they're doing it, but they're kind of struggling through it. Some people are putting more emphasis on working through things than they should and less emphasis where they should. And a lot of people feel like they're kind of spinning their wheels, or they feel like, they're kind of lost in what they're supposed to do next and stuff like that. That's kind of, hi, Jesse. Hi, Garnet. Yay. I'm wearing my garnet bracelet today. Anyway, so I feel like today my um, best use of my energy is to help anyone who needs it, with kind of plucking out where they're at in their shadow work, where they should be, maybe what they should be refocusing on. So I brought the Oracle of Pluto. Pluto is the planet where we work with our shadow work. So this is kind of an archetypal deck, but it does help with helping people kind of pull out where they should be on their path, what they're not dealing with, what they're avoiding, even if they don't know they're doing it. So I brought that in. That's the one I was kind of led to today. So we've got that guy. And garnet is a great protector. Absolutely. It's also very stabilizing. It's very stabilizing. Hi, Shell Rock. It's very stabilizing to for like root chakra, like if you're having some emotional issues. But I'm wearing it for physical stabilization today. Woke up this morning with just some dizziness, but I know what it's from. It's from the stinking cotton and pollen that's literally like snow in our air right now. Ugh, it gets me and it gets all up in my sinuses. And so grounding, yes. So grounding for that, kind of some physical stabilization, I guess, today. Anyways, I just lit some sandalwood. It smells so good. And I'm going to go grab my steel tongue drum. Do you guys, is everyone except for me and Natalie in here aware what a steel tongue drum is? I'm so happy you got one. Okay, I'm going to go grab it. I'll be right back. If you guys only knew how many drums are actually in my life. My husband has at least 6 full drum kits in storage and one here. And I used to play the drums, like, the drums like my husband plays before I had both of my hips replaced. This is a steel tongue drum. I don't know. I don't think it's 12 inches. I think it's more like 10. But this is what it looks like. And this is not the right mallet for it. It's just the one I could find. So that's a steel tongue drum. Very, very fun to do meditation music. But that is the steel tongue drum as opposed to a leather drum. Anyways, I'm so excited for you, Natalie. So excited. So fun to make your own music. And you just go with the flow with it too, girl. So when you get it, just don't get too hung up. See what I did? I put stickers on the numbers. Don't do that. Don't get too hung up on all that. Just go with the flow and let it take you. It's amazing. Jesse says my boyfriend has one. I love it. There's another type of a steel tongue drum, the bigger ones that they just pat with their hands. And there's keys on it. You just don't know it because it's built into the metal and they don't specify it so much like they do with this one. But have you guys ever seen the great big ones where they hit them with their hands? I want one of those. But super exciting, Natalie. I love it. If music be the food of love, play on Shakespeare. Yes. Yes. A handpan. Yes, that's the actual name of it. Yes, a handpan. I want one of those too. I don't know why, but I always get this vision of myself in like literally sitting in the middle of like a shallow river or stream. So I don't know if this is a past life that I experienced this or something that's in my pathway or just something I'd like to do. But I get this vision of myself sitting, cross-legged style in the middle of the river, water going all around me, and playing a hand drum, like a big handpan drum. Hi, Liz. Maybe a past life. I think so. It's a pretty strong vision. It's returned a few times, but maybe I need to relive it. That would be okay with me. Okay, so real quickly, before I talk about the crystals that I brought today to talk about, I want to show you guys this product. It's called L-methylfolate. Can you guys see that? Is it showing it? Okay. It's made by this company called Triquetra, Tirquetra. I started selling this on TikTok when I very first went to go look for it. Hi, Phoenix. So happy you're here. Anyways, when I first heard about this, the reason that I actually looked into this is because this is a natural remedy for anxiety, depression, or people who 12:12 on the clock right now, just saying, people who struggle with like people who are sober, who have like a history of like issues with addiction and struggle with their brains no longer creating the serotonin and the dopamine, because once you've been on those type of drugs for a really long time, even after you get clean, and I've learned this through so much research, not only because my husband has a history of it. I mean, this was before me, but my husband has a history of it, and my son fought for 14 years through addiction. Unfortunately, I never got to introduce this to him. He was on a medication-assisted program using what's called MAT drugs, which are basically like replacement drugs to keep you from using the harder stuff. And he never got a chance to try this, but this is a natural. It's made out of vitamin B12 and B9 and B6, I believe, but completely natural. And it's supposed to, what it is it's folate. It's folic acid, okay? So what makes it different than the other folic acids that you can go buy anywhere, everywhere? I guess the way it's made, it comes in a dropper, in a liquid form, in a little dropper. And I guess it's capable of crossing the blood-brain barrier. So it's highly absorbable, as opposed to the others that's not absorbable. It's body. So when you take it in a pill form or it's in other forms, you just get a tiny fraction of what you're taking. Your body only absorbs a tiny fraction of it. With this, I guess it's just a lot more absorbable. So many people are swearing by this, that after being on it for like, it varies. Some people say a couple months, some say a few weeks. They are forgetting the need to take the MAT drugs. They're literally not feeling the need to take it anymore. And they're starting to feel happy again. Like they feel like they're coming out of a darkness that they've been in forever. So many people said this. So I actually only represent and am affiliated with and work for products and sell and speak on products on my TikTok. I don't just take every product that is introduced to me. I only want to represent the ones that I feel are going to help people and that are legitimate. So I did a ton of research on this before I ordered it for my husband. And of course, I wanted him to try it out for a minute before I tried to go and speak on it and stuff. And I'm going to tell you guys, it works. It works. This is happy. And I don't mean like you take it and you feel euphoric and now you can go take on the world. No, it just brings back normal. Okay. And brings back the interests that you forgot you had and the motivation to pursue those interests. It really does work. And so I'm just telling you, however you get it, you can go to my TikTok and do the link and get it that way if you want to. If not, go find it however you have to. If they sell it on TikTok, I'm sure they sell it all over. That's just where I found it. But I'm just wanting to share this because it's actually pretty amazing. So I'm not going to bring every product that I represent on TikTok over here. Only the really ones that I really feel could actually like save families, save relationships, save lives, quality of lives. This is that. So You guys look into this. Okay. So anyone out there who struggles with depression, with issues with your brain not being able to create serotonin, dopamine, what happens is, and I found this out through research, what happens is people who um, use those type of drugs on a long-term basis, even if they've been sober for a really, really long time, prolonged usage kills or makes it to where your body doesn't make the neurotransmitters anymore. Those neurotransmitters that tell you, release the happy hormones and all of that, serotonin, dopamine, that kind of stuff. Your body, your brain just doesn't create the transmitters anymore for it. They're just not there. So apparently this wakes them back up again. So this is different than magnesium L. Yes, this is very different than that. This is L-methylfolate. It is a folate acid. A folic acid is what it is, and brought through B9, B12, and B6. And it's all this stuff. It can be found all over the place, but I'm just going to say, in my opinion, it's the way that it's compounded in this product that is making it highly absorbable. So the reason it works so good is because it's getting through the blood-brain barrier. Whereas I guess a lot of the other folic acids out there, a lot of the other B12s, B vitamins, which are basically what it's packed full of, like I said, is natural, not totally natural. They're just, it's hard for our bodies to absorb it. And then put on top of it a history of prolonged drug use where now it's even worse. Your body's even worse with absorbing it. So apparently it wakes up all that stuff back up and kind of gives people their quality of life back. And a lot of people are screaming hallelujah for this stuff. So, and personal experience so far seems to be doing a good job. Exactly what it said it would do. So I'm telling you, I'm getting my husband up out of the bed every day. We're going out in the sunshine every day. I got him out. We went out and had a good time, had a good date night the other night, first time in months. The thing is he's been on this MAT drug for a very long time. And not only does it give him nausea, every single time he takes it, he's dependent on it now. Okay. So that's the whole problem with the MAT trap, is that you become dependent on that drug now. So he doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to take it anymore. But if he doesn't, he feels sick. So this is our solution. And so far it's working. So for what it's worth, my friends, it's called L-methylfolate. Oh, gosh, my camera's terrible. You know what, Lisa? I will take a picture of it and just text it to you. Okay. If you're interested, I'll take a picture and text it to you. And the information that's on the box is really a lot of good information too. Okay, let's see. I just meet girl not seen. She looks so much better. Hadn't seen her for a long gone. And it made me happy. She looked better. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Garnet. What a lovely day. Yay, you're here. So happy. Magnesium L-threonate has saved me from depression, stress, anxiety. I still want to try that. Okay, so magnesium L-threonate has saved me from depression, stress, and anxiety. Okay, that's some good ones too. Thank you for that information. Phoenix, that's what my husband is on. That's what my husband is on, and he wants to be off of it. Lisa, you're welcome. Yeah, he wants to be off of it. He's tired of it. He's tired of the nausea, dealing with the nausea every day. We have to plan our lives around that. My husband has a condition called CVS, which is short for cyclic vomiting syndrome. It's usually a childhood disease, but he's carried it through life. And it seems like that stuff kind of triggers that as well sometimes. And it's just, he hates it. It tastes disgusting and he just wants to be off it. So that's our goal. When I'm relaxed, looking at anything for a while, concentrating, I see a lot of auras around objects. Don't know what to make of it. That's you waking up, my friend. I love it. I love it. You know, that's so weird that you mentioned that, Dean. I was just talking to my best friend about this the other day, auras. And I was telling her, I was like, I don't know what to make of this, but lately my aura has begun to change colors. I'm noticing my aura is changing. The color is changing. It's gradually changing from what's usually like a deep green color to a bluish, a more like almost like a teal blue. So I'm not sure what that means either. I've been trying to figure it out myself, but I was noticing, I was telling my best friend, I was like, sometimes she can see auras depending on what's going on in her life. If she has a lot of stress going on in her life or her kids' lives, it kind of shuts her down a little bit. But when everything's going great in her life and she's really high vibing, she can see auras. She can see angels. Um, but I told her, I was like, can you see my aura? Because when I see it right now, I'm so used to what it looks like normally. I'm starting to notice it's changing color. What do you think that is, Natalie? So are you and your husband having it? Not me. Um, it's not for me. I don't take the MAP drugs or anything. I'm very fortunate that I've never experienced what it's like to be addicted in that way. Addicted. Yeah, Natalie, what do you think that is? I've never experienced it personally for my own self, like me, but I have been surrounded by people who have my whole life, born to them, starting off. My parents are severe alcoholics and have always been, um, that I know of, mind you. I don't know now, but so I was born into a family of addicts, and then it's just they're attracted to me. I think it's my light and they're looking for healing. But a lot of my friends have had that issue. And pretty much most of the people I know have dealt with something like that, either in their past or currently, or yeah. So it's just, I'm not taking this personally. It's for my husband. Um, and I'm telling you, what happens to him happens to me. So it feels like I am kind of. Okay, Natalie, you said oh, wait. Lisa says I would love to see angels. I talk to Archangel Michael all the time. I know, right? I know. I've seen an angel one time where I have no doubt that it was an angel. I was in the hospital. I actually told this story years ago on this channel. What it was like. I was very, very sick. It was my second round in the hospital after having had 2 minor heart attacks. And or that's what they told me at the time it was. We ended up finding out later it was not that. It was not heart attacks. But at the time, that's what they thought was happening with me. It was actually a severe mold intoxication. The place I was at was severely infested with mold. And it was that was making me really, really sick at the time. One of the reasons we moved from the last place we were at. But anyways, I was in the hospital and I was in the bed and I was going down, like I was not doing good at all. I was really, really sick. And I just remember I was laying on the bed and there was a big door in front of me, big sliding glass door, how they came in and out of the room. And there was a curtain that covered the door. And I just remember my eyes were closed and the whole room got really bright. You know how when your eyes are closed and the sun shines on you, it just gets really bright behind your eyes. The room got really bright. So I opened my eyes thinking someone had opened that curtain. And the curtain was still closed. The door was still closed and the light was coming from this side of me. And I turned my head to look and I saw an angel there. And it wasn't what you think. It wasn't like a person flying with wings or anything like that. But I can see how people would take it that way because it was a ball of light, but the rays of light coming out of it looked like they could be interpreted as angel wings. But it was just a ball of light. Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. Ah! Yes, Natalie remembers. Yes. Yeah, and I just knew that was Raphael. No doubt in my mind. I didn't even have to ask. I just knew. So it was pretty amazing. Yeah. And I rapidly got better after that. Like, they couldn't explain why I rapidly got so much better after that. So it was pretty amazing. Okay, guys, enough jibber jabbering about other stuff. Let's talk about crystals real quick, and then I'll do some readings. Okay, Spirit wants me to talk about fire quartz and moss agate. So let me get my notes. Should have had them up already, but I didn't, so sorry. Okay, fire quartz, for whatever reason, has been coming up a lot in my energy. It's been being pointed out to me. I'm wearing one here. Fire quartz has been being pointed out a lot. So fire quartz, spiritual significance. Fire quartz, put it so you can see the fiery parts of them. Fire quartz is a powerful stone for transforming scattered energy into focused action. This is why I think that they're calling this stone in today, is a lot of people are working on their shadow work, but they have so much on their plate that they're not making a lot of leeway. They're doing a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, but there's like not a lot of completion taking place. It does feel like a chaotic, like a scrambling to clean up a mess type energy kind of collectively right now. Spiritually, it combines the amplifying clarity of quartz with the grounding, energizing power of hematite, iron oxide. This blend creates a balance between mind, body, and spirit, making it excellent for those overcoming self-doubt, trauma, or emotional overwhelm. It's often used to ignite inner strength, boost confidence, and bring a fiery spark back into one's purpose or spiritual path. Okay, it is primarily you work with the root chakra and the solar plexus with these two. The root chakra grounds energy, brings stability, helps clear fear-based blockages. I think a lot of the trauma work, a lot of the shadow work, working through the trauma is people afraid to, speaking from experience, people afraid to revisit the pain and refill that pain. Obviously, we push it down for a reason. And I think fear keeps a lot of us from completing our shadow work. If we don't go all the way through it, it just comes back. It just comes back. And that's just the way it is. Yeah. So the other thing, solar plexus strengthens the willpower, enhances self-esteem, and supports personal empowerment. So it also benefits the sacral chakra, promoting creativity and emotional balance is also noted. And so fire quartz is hematite, which, remember, hematite is that stone of transformation, transmutation. So rather than just repelling negative energies or pushing away things that don't align, it actually sucks them up, aligns them with your energetic frequency, pulls it up to that frequency, and then transmutes it into that frequency. So that's kind of like that whole concept of, instead of sending everything back to the sender, return it with love. Turn it into love and return it. This is kind of something that I try to tell people. Okay, and now that's the fire quartz. These two are from my personal collection. I didn't bring any from my store of the fire quartz, but these two are from my collection. A couple that I work with a lot. Natalie says, I love my fire quartz I got from you. Oh, I'm so happy you do. That was a special one that I picked for you. Okay. I got a ton of this, you guys, in my store. This is just what I could fit in this basket. This is moss agate. Moss agate, super, super up and coming right now. Very popular right now. Let me see. I'm reading something here. I'm going to go. I can't stop coughing. My head's hurting. I just want to sleep. Okay, Sam, go get some rest, sweethearts. Hey, you guys, can we collectively send Sam some healing energy right now? She's obviously not feeling good, but still showed up for me as always because she's amazing. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, sweetheart. Please go get some rest. We are sending you healing energy right now in this moment. All you have to do is be open and receptive to receive, sweetheart. Okay. Moss agate. I've got some cool pieces. So much love, Miss Sam. I got this guy. You guys remember me showing you this guy the other day? He's kind of cool. I'm just going to show you the really cool pieces. This is a meditation. Starseed meditation. Love you, sweetheart. Hi, Taurus. Yay. So happy you're here. I've got a little fox guy here. He's moss agate. Isn't he cute? These guys are almost gone. I started out with a bunch of these. Here is a really pretty heart. I've got a leaf or a feather, whatever you want to call that. I've got a ton of these, you guys. These are really cool for like little incense burners. Um, yeah, all kinds of things. And then there's these. So moss agate. Moss agate is really, really up and coming right now. Very extremely grounding stone. My daughter's literally thinking about using moss agate in her wedding ring, which I think is amazing. Okay, the spiritual significance. Moss agate is the stone of new beginnings. So that's how this kind of ties into this energy. What does shadow work, working through shadow work, ultimately do for us? Is it brings us endings and new beginnings, right? So I think that's the significance of why Spirit's having me pull this one in today. This moss agate is known as the stone of growth, grounding, and emotional healing. Spiritually, it's believed to connect one deeply with nature and the earth's calming, stabilizing energy, often called the gardener's stone. Oh, I didn't know that. That's new to me. The gardener's stone. It fosters abundance, renewal, and the gentle unfolding of life. It's especially helpful for those going through transformation, trauma, recovery, or seeking a fresh start. Moss agate is also used to attract prosperity and to support patience, especially in emotional or spiritual development. This one is heart chakra, you guys, mostly heart chakra. It helps clear emotional blockages, release fear, and encourage compassion for oneself and for others. By balancing the heart, it brings harmony to your relationships as well. So that's our beautiful moss agate. I think harmony in relationships is a big one right now. There's a lot of division in this world right now as it wakes up. A lot of indoctrinated individuals who are just struggling with their third eye and struggling with their awakenings and struggling with indoctrination and how to escape all that. Um, I know myself, I've recently have kind of undergone a bit of some attacks. These are psychic attacks. I can't 333 on your clock, yay. I can't say exactly where it's coming from. I just know of some. Okay, how am I going to put it? I'll just say when more than one person, and it doesn't have to be collectively, it could be individually. When more than one person thinks ill will of you or disagrees with you, or okay, I'll just give you an absolute example. I've been approached by several individuals who are coming under screen names, so I don't know exactly who they are, who are bound and determined to convince me that I am not speaking with my son in spirit, that I am speaking to demons. And it is so frustrating because these individuals are completely indoctrinated and they're wrong. And as easy as it is for me to just let it roll off my back and not care, it's just as hard for me to not say correct them because I know different. And they're still trapped inside their minds in this indoctrination. And it's so frustrating. I know who I'm talking to, and I'm not talking to demons. So it can be really frustrating. And it's during those times when I start feeling like I'm kind of under attack in that way that I really actually find myself deeper. I find more strength in my own convictions and my own beliefs and all of that. You've got a couple people around like that. Yeah. So I've been working on disconnecting that type of people from my life for like the last year. I started out with, I couldn't keep up with the amount of people in my life if I wanted to. I couldn't keep up with the invitations to all these things that they wanted me to go to all the time. And everybody wanted me to promote their music and their bands and their events and just all of it. And I spent 10 years doing that with these people. And one day I woke up and realized that I was unaligned with my entire friend group. And I'm out here speaking it. So I've got to walk the walk, right? I had a mass exodus happen in my life in the last year of unaligned individuals. And yeah, a lot of them want to come back and attack me later because they see that I'm happy, I'm thriving, and them leaving my life did not hurt me. It did me better. So we just have to remember to be cleansing our spaces, sticking to our intuition. That's the biggest thing, sticking to our intuition. It's not their fault they're not awakened. They're on a complete different level. Absolutely. I agree with you 1,000,000%. It's not their fault. That's what makes it so frustrating though, right? Because you just want to be like, wake up, come on. But you can't, and you can't expect anything, and you can't judge none of that because they're all on their own timeline. They're all on their own divine path, and nobody's path is better or worse or any of that. So it's like, just listen to your intuition. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So Taurus, you completely understand what I'm going through. And I think that sometimes people from that group of individuals kind of still hold on to their hate, maybe. I don't know. But it does manifest into my life as what feels like a psychic attack. So I've been doing a lot of cleansing over here and all of that. But I feel like a lot of it's happening in my most vulnerable state. For me, my most vulnerable state is sleep, when I'm asleep. So I've been really sharpening and refining my intentional proclamations. I don't know what you call them, prayers, proclamations, the things I speak into existence before I go to bed at night, because I feel like that's when I am the most vulnerable. I feel like that's when most of us are the most vulnerable. I just want to share with you like my newest version of, and you guys feel free to use this. Please do. If it resonates for you, feel free to use this as well. But this is kind of my nighttime routine right now. And I've been revising it because I've been feeling like I'm coming under attack a little bit. Is it happening to you at night? I'm hearing that so much. I'm hearing that so much. Okay, so to protect you, and this, by the way, this is my book of downloads, and everything in here comes from spirit. Okay, so to protect you in dream state, first you need to create a circle of protection around you. This can be physical or just visual. I suggest both. So for me, in my circle of protection, I place crystals in my room around where I'm sleeping, protective crystals in my room. And those, I change those out according to where my energy is that night. And then I visualize a protective energetic circle around my bed where I'm sleeping. Okay. All right. Sit, stand, lay inside of this circle. Okay. You're going to start by breathing into your power center. This is your chakra centers, but your main one is your heart. So you're going to start by breathing into your heart center until you visualize it glowing, and visualize that glowing expanding out through until it's completely surrounding and filling that circle. Okay. Speak this command aloud with absolute conviction. That's important. You can say it all day long, but if there's no conviction behind it, it falls flat. Here we go. I revoke all soul level access points used by any being, system, or technology across all dimensions, lifetimes, and realities. I nullify all branding, tagging, or contracts made under coercion or deception. I collapse all clone copies, false timelines, and soul harvesting loops now. Visualize. Okay, so then you need to go from that, visualize tunnels or portals or laboratories or any dream cages or anything tied to you. That now what I mean by this is you visualize the states that people have put you in, different states. So this person said this and it hurt you and it left you in this state. Okay, so you visualize yourself crying in that state. This person cut you off in traffic and it angered you and it left you in this state. So then you visualize yourself in an angered state. Like that. That's what I mean. So you need to visualize tunnels going to these tunnels going from you to these states of you. And you need to visualize yourself in these different states returning through these tunnels to you. Okay, so you're calling back all pieces of you, even the angry pieces, the sad pieces, the anxious pieces. Call all those pieces back because they're all pieces of you, whether you like them or not, or enjoy them. They're you. Okay, pull them all back into you so that you're whole again before you go to sleep. Okay, And then you're going to see all those versions of you that were put in pain or sadness or anxiety or depression or any of those things. See all those versions of you now that they've returned back to you. See them all collapsing into stardust, okay? Leaving you with just this one whole you, okay? You're going to, okay, hold on. Okay, now you're going to say aloud, I am one, I am sovereign, I am unseen to those who do not serve my highest good, those who do not serve the organic source light. My soul may not be tracked, copied, or claimed. It belongs only to the infinite. And then you're going to seal this by whispering right before you go to sleep. No abduction, no tracking, no entry. I sleep beyond the reach of all distortion. Okay? You guys, this is what Spirit told me after I wrote this all down. This is what Spirit told me. You are not prey. You are not prey. You are a planetary key, hidden in plain sight. And now the code is waking. They came for your soul, or they come for your soul, but your soul is the trap for them. There you go. So if that helps anybody out there, utilize that before sleep state to protect yourself. That just kind of covers all areas. So there's nothing sneaking in any of the cracks. So hopefully all that makes sense to you guys. Just thought I'd share. I don't see any numbers in the read or any numbers in the chat. Thank you for sharing that, Dean. So Lisa has her dream journal. Good. I highly suggested that for her. And the bowl of water. I hope everybody else is doing this at her bedside every night, casting out negative influx. I love it. So I'm glad you mentioned that, Dean. This is another thing that I do as well, and other people should be doing. If you feel like you're, thank you, Lisa. If you feel like you're receiving psychic attacks, or you feel vulnerable in your sleep state at all, if you feel like you're having any kind of intruder spirits coming in, trying to confuse you in your sleep state or anything like that, okay? Absolutely put a bowl of water next to your bed in your room. Put a bowl of water. Water attracts those things and they get trapped in it, okay? And in the morning when you wake up, take that bowl of water outside and dump it into the earth. Return it to the earth. Okay, it's just a little added protection. So, and this was something that was taught to me by my grandma. So, Margie got 66 in there. So if you guys are interested in a reading, what I'm going to do today, if I call your number, I'm actually going to ask you to have a question ready for me. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to ask you to have a question ready for me. So only put your number in if you have a direct question. Let's try to keep it like around the subject of shadow work, because that's the deck I have today. But if you have something important that you need to ask, otherwise that's okay too. And let me pull up my number thing here. I'm going to light another incense. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to do my... Oh. Get these out of the way. Okay, I'm calling in the guides and protectors, angels and ancestors of the love and light only, asking for only high vibrational beings to participate in this moment, as I asked for a collective connection to the source God energy, the origin, the infinite, asking for that connection to be heavily guarded with angelic protection, that only beings of love and light and high vibrational frequency interact today. We are divinely protected as we remain connected to the God source energy always. So be it, and so it is. And I'm just going to say also, I'm open and receptive to receive for anyone in this moment. If someone in the ethers needs to speak up to someone today, I'm open and receptive to receive for that as well. That's kind of toned down for me lately. I've noticed I've had a little bit less spirit contact. Not exactly sure why. That happens sometimes. So when I first started, well, not when I first started, but sometimes when I am preparing to do these type of lives, I'll get spirits showing up for a couple days ahead of time. Okay, has everybody got their numbers in that wants to read? I'm going to go ahead and pick. Okay, here we go. 98. We don't have Sam here. She's usually right on it with the numbers, so I might be a little slow today matching. I think Miss Margie. Yeah. Okay, it is Miss Margie. If I, yeah, it's gonna be Miss Margie. Are you still here, Miss Margie? I feel you. I feel you. Okay, I'm gonna wait for Miss Margie to let me know if you have a question that you'd like to ask. I feel you. Regarding any kind of shadow work. Now, shadow work can be traumas. It could be present traumas. Shadow work can be maybe you don't have a question. Okay. Okay, well, we'll just go for it energetically then. So asking to connect with Miss Margie's energy energetically, what does she need to know right now to serve her highest good within her healing journey, within her own healing journey? Your energy feels very calm, very relaxed today, Miss Margie. Hi, Yvette. Yes, you can pick a number. Absolutely. What does Miss Margie need to focus on in her healing journey in this here and now moment? Hearing wind chimes. Really delicate sounding tinkling wind chimes. Ooh, cub. Ooh, you got two. Oh, wow. You got bear and you got cub. This is mother and child. Wow. Okay. Let me read what the book says real quick and then I'll give an intuitive take on this. This is mothering somebody. This is a mother-child relationship. This is a parental relationship. This is intuitively, I'll say that right off the bat. That's what I'm picking up here is a dynamics in some kind of a mother-child relationship. This could be you as the mother or you as the child. But I'm going to read what it says in here. So we've got bear first. This oracle deck is this oracle deck book is so pretty inside. It's like a purple. Well, obviously, I'm going to struggle because it's not numbered. Now I remember why I don't work with this very much. I don't like the way it's set up, but that's okay. 67. That's a 4. Home family structure. Home family structure, so that makes sense. Okay, 60. So for bear, that's the first one that came out was bear. So because it's a bear and a cub, it's pointing out the first energy it's pointing out is, or archetype is parental figure, the mother. Reparenting is the words on the book. Reparenting. Okay, hold on, let me grab my glasses. I finally found them. I think my cat swapped them under my couch. It took me forever to find them. Okay. The mighty mother bear has a dangerous reputation as one of the fiercest animals around. A mama bear commands respect and a wide berth. Other animals in the environment, including humans, know to steer clear of her youth as the mother is never far behind. Because of her protective nature, the bear card represents our relationship with our own mother and mothering in general, for better or worse. When the energy of the bear is present, it may be our actual relationship with our mom that is influencing the situation. Perhaps I'm hearing a voice. Hold on. Open receptive to receive. I have someone trying to come through. Okay. Oh, shoot. What was the last word? I got distracted. Perhaps there is something big happening with her, or maybe there is a tension between the two of you. Even if the situation is less overt than that, mom is ultimately at the root of the scenario. If you are estranged from your mother or don't have the best relationship with her, it could be material or maternal issues coming to rear their ugly head. Regardless, you are being asked to look at your relationship to mothering in general. If your needs weren't met growing up, how can you, as your own parent, show up and meet them now? It may also be that there's another mother figure you can turn to for support, one who embodies both the nurturing and fiercely protective energies of the bear. As we become adults, many of us confront the idea of reparenting. This is something about hash browns or hash or hashing something. Okay. Ultimately, the people who raised us are also imperfect. Even if they did their best, their efforts could have fallen short of the mark sometimes. While it is true that their own childhood conditioning and therefore issues follow us along into adulthood, at the end of it all, we are only responsible for our healing. The bear and its companion, the cub, oh wow, that came out with it. Ask us about how we can redefine these relationships within ourselves. Even if your emotional needs weren't met as a child, you can take action to show up for yourself now. What's being pointed out here, Margie, is maybe a need that wasn't met for you in your childhood. Something, I'm not trying to speak ill of your mother or the mothering figure in your life, but it seems like Spirit's pointing out something that you that's tied to that as far as shadow work goes. So either you were neglected, you were I almost want to say like a child that was like seen and not heard, or speak when spoken to. That kind of comes through for you, like maybe silenced a lot, or your opinions or your opinions weren't taken into consideration, or were belittled, or maybe you just struggled with sharing those things for fear of like judgment or disappointing people. That's kind of what's coming through in the energy. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I'm not 100% sure if I'm picking this up off of the way you were mothered, or maybe you feel yourself that you have fallen short as a mother, or you didn't do something correctly as a mother, and it's being pointed out that it's probably something that is a generational being brought forward. So it's monkey see, monkey do. What we're taught is what we teach. So that's what's being brought through, is that maybe some kind of a neglect took place for you that carried through from you onto maybe your children, or needs to be addressed in some way. But that's what's coming through. I'm going to pull a few cards from tarot and see if we can get something further on that. Let's use this really super, super cute cat tarot deck that I just got. It's super cute. Okay. So, is there anything a little bit further or deeper that I can share with Miss Margie regarding this message? So breakfast is being pointed out. Something about breakfast. I don't know if it was a special occasion or some kind of something that you did get together and have breakfast with somebody at some point, or it was like a traditional thing. That's coming through. Okay, what more can I share with Miss Margie regarding this message? Oops. Ooh. You got the devil. The devil card coming in. Okay, so a lot of times when the devil card comes in, this is to point out either bad negative energies that you're dealing with. This can be bad patterns of behavior. For energetically, what I'm feeling on this is a self-sabotage type thing, a self-doubt, looking down on yourself, questioning yourself, doubting yourself, but not horribly, just it is holding you back a bit. Um, I feel like, okay, if I had to say how this feels, I feel like this is the energy I'm sitting in. As a child, I was a good child. I listened. I was obedient, almost to a fault. I was afraid to speak up too much. Um, I strive to be just be a good child, a good child to make my parents happy with me. So there's a lot of things that were left unspoken, questions that were left unanswered, unasked, even. Um, so it's almost like there's some holes, like some big holes in your own personal timeline, like some big holes. Like you just didn't get the information, so it's left unanswered. And so how could you act accordingly when you didn't have the information yourself? This is what's coming through. It's a things that were not spoken about, things that were not allowed to be talked about, or maybe not allowed is the wrong way of putting it. It was just known that you talk about certain things and you don't talk about certain things, and there's a time to speak up and a time not to, and this is what's coming through in the energy. So that's what it is. It's your voice. It's shutting yourself down. It's not taking your own feelings into consideration because there was never any importance put on them. Being happy with what you have and not really feeling worthy of asking for more. That's coming through as well. Yeah, that's so with the devil card coming in, it's just basically self-sabotage. That's what it is. It's self-sabotage, and it's not an intentional thing. You're not, it's like the devil card could be extreme self-sabotage, like people who go out and become like addicts and commit crimes and stuff like that, right? That's not the self-sabotage is coming um in the fact that you were kind of shut down as a child a lot and not given a place to speak, and not taken into consideration. Like your opinion didn't matter. Nobody ever asked you for it. And you didn't volunteer it because it just didn't feel right. Like in the energy is like, I'll talk when you ask me a question. And then you're real careful what you say, even at that. So yeah, it feels like you were shut down a lot when you were young. Okay. I'm going to ask Tara one more question. What is the best advice we can give Margie as far as moving forward with healing this part of herself? Where does she start? What is the best advice we can give her as far as moving forward with healing this? First of all, I would go back, if you can, to the best of your ability. You need to meditate and empty your mind and ask to receive all those questions, all those things that you never got to ask, all those times when you had something to say and you weren't allowed to, or you were hush. They need to be spoken. They need to be asked. Okay. So give yourself, reparent yourself, basically reparent, re-ask, relive those moments. Even if the people are not there physically to give you the answers, I'm feeling a female figure around you. So this is probably your mother or a grandmother figure around you. So they're basically open to you at this moment, but you didn't always feel that way. And there's a feeling of being sorry for that coming through. Somebody else who was shut down as a child. So it was like carried through, like monkey see, monkey do. You do what you learn coming through. Okay. So 5 of Cups coming in energetically. Give me 1 second. Yeah, this has been a lifelong struggle for you. It's been something that you have fought with. maybe it's resurfaced a few times. Maybe when you became a parent, it's kind of something that kind of resurfaced, even if it was just energetically. Did you have people telling you how to parent your children? It feels like struggle coming through with the parenting process for you as well. You got to start with your own okay, this is what Spirit's telling me. You've got to start in your own energy. So you can't change or control anything that people did to you as a child. The conflicts that you're dealing with on the inside, which is the Five of Cups, the conflicts from your childhood, you've got to deal with those first. So okay. All right. So I understand. So what Spirit is saying is you've got to resolve those conflicts in your heart that you carry from childhood first. So before you can be giving advice, parenting advice out, or trying to revise anything that you've done as a parent, or change it, or be accounted for it, or even continue doing it, like your own childhood trauma needs to be worked with first. And it almost feels like a huge conflict in your heart of like, if you even are going to allow yourself to kind of heal through this. So you go through an inner battle. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. It happened. It's over. It's in the past. Move forward. That's what I'm feeling. That right there is the inner conflict. So it's just you not wanting to deal with it. Okay. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Okay. So getting over that, getting over the whole idea of just forgetting about it, letting it go, not revisiting it, not dredging up old pain. That's what you're trying to avoid, which is fully understandable. As human beings, we strive for a comfort zone. That's what we're taught to do. Sometimes the only way that we can grow is to step out of our comfort zone and to embrace the things that are scary and painful. Because you work through it and you let it go and it doesn't come back again. But that's what it is. It's getting over the five of, okay, so the advice from Spirit is embracing change, embracing the change, embracing the conflict, embracing the pain, embracing what you have been avoiding for so long so that you can just do it, get it done with, and move forward. So that's what your message is, sweetheart. Mother-in-law. Okay. That makes sense. I had a hard relationship with one of those. It's never easy. I am so blessed to have an amazing relationship with my current mother-in-law. Like, I thank the universe for this woman daily. She's amazing. But I suffered through a couple of bad ones before I got her. So one who is a Baptist, Southern or Swedish Baptist, very devout in her belief system. So she did not believe in me. So it made for a tough go of it. You have a wonderful relationship with her. Oh, that is so amazing. I'm so glad to hear that. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. That's so much better. I'm so glad to hear that. So maybe the healing that you're looking for is going to come within that relationship as well. In fact, I feel like it already is. I mean, what am I saying? I actually feel like it already is. I'm having the same experience too, Margie, where a lot of, I had a completely absent mother. Never had a mother. My mother was intoxicated. So, I mean, my biggest memory of my mother is the smell of wine coming off her breath. And to this day, the smell of wine, just the smell of wine makes me have a physical reaction. Like I gag on it. I remember as a child thinking in my head, my kids will never smell that smell coming off me. So that's the mark it left on me all the way back as a child. So, a lot of different, an absent mother, there's a lot of different things I've had to work through too, and have gotten so much help from my mother-in-law that I'm so grateful. She's just amazing. I wish I could have had her, a lot longer, a lot sooner than I've had her. I wish I could have had her for a lot longer. I mean, she's still here. I wish I could have had her from way back and have had so much more time and experience with her. But I do believe that I haven't, because not having had her for longer makes me appreciate her more. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, hold on. I'm so glad you have a good relationship with her, Margie. I really am. I'm gonna do one more little message for you with these little alchemical thoughts and see if we can get one more alignment. Yvette says, my mother-in-law hated me, refused to even meet her grandchildren. That's sad. My parents drank. I did younger than haven't for almost 35 years now. Smell gags you too? Yeah, it's crazy. And it doesn't matter what I'm doing, who I'm with, what I'm doing, what kind of vibration I'm sitting in. Smelling that smell literally takes me back to that moment in my childhood, no matter what. Oh, wow. Okay, Margie, your alchemical thought of the day says, if you do not choose how you feel, then the world will choose for you. Master your frequency. So, we are our own co-creators of our existence, and we can speak everything into existence with our mouths, but the intention has to be behind it, and we can choose how we feel. Out External factors absolutely will determine how we feel as well, but this is something I've caught myself repeating a lot lately in different circumstances. We really cannot ultimately control everything that's happening around us. We can speak things into existence. We can throw things into the flow and keep throwing them into the flow. And eventually that flow will come back around to us, right? But I can't control you. I can't control the neighbors. I can't control the guy down the street any more than anyone else can. What I can control is how I react to those people, situations I'm in, the things happening around me. What I can control is how I react to them. So right now, I don't know why it's so important that message keeps coming through to me, that I'm supposed to be telling people to mind their reactions right now. Mind your reactions to people. So Yvette says, I'm 55 now. So you're 55 right now, Yvette? Okay. I'm 50. So I'm right there with you. Okay, I'm gonna do another reading. I hope that helps you, Miss Margie. Start with accepting the fact that, first of all, that the work needs to be done, that the issues need to be addressed. Be open and receptive to receive if in some circumstance or situation you have pushed things down, or you gave up a long time ago on getting this answered or that answered, or feeling justified, or like you had a place to speak up. So just start right there and start working through that. You speak it out loud. You can say it to the people you meant to say it to originally too, whether they're here or not. Say, I wanted to say this, and then I wanted to say this, and I had this question, and ask the question, and then say, and I'm open and receptive to receive the answer anytime and however you feel. Yeah. So hi, Noelle. Oh, thank you, Noelle. Thank you, honey. Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you, Noelle. Thank you. So happy to see you here. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Noelle. Oh, how I wish I could talk to you. To me, honey? Thank you, Noelle. Gratitude. Huge, huge, big, big gratitude. Thank you. You're amazing. Margie, if you would like a further or a deeper reading. Oh, wow, Noelle, thank you. Wow. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for your generosity. Wow. That's amazing. Thank you. Margie, email me. Okay. Just email me. crystalmedicine999@gmail.com. Thank you, Noelle. And then I will give you I'll give you some more personal contact information through email so that we can connect and talk. Okay. You have emailed me? Really? Recently? I did have an issue where I had, I guess I didn't clean my emails out. Okay, do this, Margie. Go on to my Facebook, which is Crystal Jade. You'll see a picture of me. I have blonde hair in that picture, but go on Crystal Jade and message me either a friend request or a messenger request. And so we can connect on Messenger. That way, that's kind of my preferred method of talking to people. That's how I talk with Lisa and Sam and Natalie and Jenny and pretty much everybody. If you can connect with me on Facebook Messenger, we can absolutely talk so much easier and better. I lose my emails. My emails get lost. I have a horrible problem with answering emails. I fully admit it. So if you're struggling getting through to me with email, Facebook Messenger is literally the best way to get a hold of me. Hi, Create Design. Yay, happy you're here. Okay, I'm going to pick another number. Everybody put your numbers in the chat if you want a reading. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, Margie, and then we can connect and talk further. Okay. I'm just going to wait for a second and make sure everybody's got their numbers. Awesome. Something about sitting on a Davenport. Okay, this is a word I do not use, so I'm not exactly sure. I think a Davenport is a seat, right? I'm hearing something about sitting on a Davenport. My spot, their spot. Somebody, I stayed on the Davenport. Somebody was providing care to somebody who was staying on a couch. Someone's expressing gratitude to someone who allowed them to stay on their couch. That's what I'm getting so far. I don't know who uses the word Davenport. Like, what generation does that come from? Is what I'm thinking. Or even what culture. Can you guys hear that? British? Is it British? Davenport. Hold on. They're just saying that word over and over again. Where does the word Davenport come from? Massachusetts? Oh, England. Okay, so this is a town. This goes back to a town in Cheshire, England. So this is somebody connected to the UK. Talking about a Davenport, staying on their Davenport. This is somebody who cared for somebody, allowed someone to stay on their couch, and cared for them on their couch. Expressing gratitude for this, or pointing it out as a means of identifying. Thank you for allowing me to stay on your Davenport when I was sick. Thank you for taking care of me and giving me your couch when I was ill and sick. That's what's coming through. Female voice. Female voice. Okay. They stopped. Okay. Can you guys hear that pounding? I hope not. It sounds like they're clear, wrapping up though. If they're not, it's not as bad. They had nobody else. Whoever this was, they had nobody. So they had no one else to turn to. So they're grateful. Okay. And they were like they enjoyed breakfast. I'm sorry. I'm trying here. I guess they point out good breakfasts. They enjoyed the breakfasts, or they're grateful for the breakfasts. Um, okay. I'll just keep saying what comes. All right, let's pick a number. Uh-oh, is Margie stuck? I can't hear the pounding. Oh, the pounding. Good, good. They're literally right there. So I'm glad you can't hear it. It's so annoying. I've been listening to it for days. All right, are we ready? 42. 42. I am drinking Blue Lotus tea, by the way. Okay, 42. Who's the closest? Or did somebody get the number 42? Oh, okay. It's Yvette at 55. My son made the best breakfast and slept on my couch. Awesome. This is 27. Okay. Okay. It's Yvette at 55. Okay. Miss Yvette, do you have a specific question for me? I kind of feel a starseed message coming through for you, Yvette. So yours feels like your energy feels connected to the stars, starseed. I feel starseed for you, Yvette. Okay, Dean, that's going to vary the frequency that you listen to open up to further. Start with the heart chakra, the frequency for the heart chakra. It's like 430 something. I don't have it right on the top of my head. So here's what I do when I'm trying to use frequency to open up more. I start with the heart frequency, the heart chakra frequency. Okay, so start there. It depends on where you're at in your pathway too. Like it depends on how awakened you already are or what frequency you start out at. But you can't go wrong by starting in the heart chakra. Just pull it up through. Honestly, I think anyone who's trying to expand further should start in the root. Start in the root and pull it up through. Because if there's blockages down here, if there's issues down here, starting anywhere else isn't going to do anything. You've got to start at the bottom and work up. So start with a root chakra frequency. These are the lower tone frequencies. And then you're going to want to switch up as you go, if that makes sense. So like when I'm doing Reiki and I'm helping someone to align their chakras, I start with the lowest, with the root chakra frequency first, and then I change it up as I move up the energy centers. Yeah. Jenny. Oh, Jenny is 55. No. No. I'll do both. I'll do one for both you guys. I'll do one for Yvette first, and then I'll do one for you, Miss Jenny. I'll do one for both you guys. I feel like you need it because you picked that number. Okay, so for Miss Yvette, did she ask a question and I didn't even see it? I will take anything. Okay, you're funny. You'll take anything. I love an open mind. Bye, Peggy. It was nice to see you, friend. See you next time. Okay. I have a starseed message that needs to come through for Miss Yvette. Wheel of Fortune. You've got a big change coming. Activations coming in for you, Yvette. Seeing nature. I'm seeing nature. I'm seeing you sitting on the ground in grass, like in a field, in a tall field. Meditation. Okay, so your guides are pushing you towards nature. Your guides are saying that it's time for some activations to take place for you. Star seeds activations. Okay. So this is actually an activation that takes place in your higher soul. But still, right now, there's a connection to the here and now and your higher soul. And so this was probably something that was in your pre-birth contract, that right about now you're supposed to wake up to this ability or that ability or this knowing or that knowing or this clair or that clair, just something that expands you. Okay. You need to be going out into nature to receive this. There's too much electronic interference where you're at. So wherever you're at, there's too much. I'm seeing they're showing me about 5G towers. Okay. So there's too much electronic, something static that's keeping you from being able to receive. Something having to do with lunar eclipses too, because I'm seeing the lunar cycles, moon. Rituals. Okay. So go in nature to do your rituals, to awaken your activations. You need to move your body to nature in order to receive these. So I don't know what your rituals are. I don't know if you meditate, prayers, crystal, Reiki, whatever your rituals are. If you don't have any, you need to implicate some, and you need to go into nature to do this, because there's some kind of static or something happening. Some kind of electronic force field or interference of some kind where you live, 5G towers or something that's keeping you from being able to fully receive. You're being told to take yourself to nature, and that's just repeating itself. So that's about all I can give you. Okay, let me see here. Bye, Taurus. Thanks for showing up, friend. Okay. I blow electric crap all the time. Street lights, appliances with my mood. Oh, that's powerful. I knew somebody who did that. It was when I was a teenager. I used to be enthralled with this person because she was so powerful. She was older than me by maybe 5 or 6 years. So as a teenager, she was just strong psychic individual and very powerful. And we would do the things that teenagers do. We sneak out at night and go walking along the streets. Back then it was not so dangerous to do, and basically all I wanted to do was be outside of the house. Wasn't doing anything too naughty, but we would sneak out and we would go walking, the streets. And it happened so often when I was with her that it was remarkable, that we would be walking underneath of a street light and it would blow out. It was only her that it happened with, but it was multiple times that happened, where we would be walking under a street light and it went out. And she's like, "Oh, sorry, I did that." So that must be how you are, huh? I saw something right after my hospital release on Sunday. Can I email you just to see if you know what it is? Absolutely. I will do my very best to answer your email. Yeah, it was the craziest thing. Very powerful individual. Some of us are just that way. We do affect the electrical stuff. A lot of people do. So take yourself into nature, my friend. There's something waiting for you there. Okay, I'm gonna pick another number. Here we go. Now we got 52. So that's Jenny. That's Miss Jenny. Right, Jen? Jenny, do you have a specific question, honey, that you want to ask? Okay. You bet. I'm sorry. You know, the place you've ever felt peaceful and calm and serene, and you woke up with a tick. Well, the tick must have liked your vibe enough that he wanted to be part of it. Oh my gosh. I got a tick in nature too. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope you got it off of you quick enough. Boy, you're even attracting the bugs, Yvette. Oh, girl, stop it. She says the first bed partner in 25 years. Oh, that's too good. I love it. Oh my god. Oh gosh. Yvette. Woo, thank you for those giggles. It was smushed. Oh, that was good. Yeah, right? Energy vampire. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Well, I went to the park and I picked up a tick in a jacket that I had taken off and I tied it around my waist and I sat down on a swing thing that's at the park and it crawled into my jacket and hung out there for a week before I put that jacket on. And then it bit me while I was on a date with my husband. Oh my gosh. So, you know what? It literally hijacked my jacket for a week and lying in wait. And then it waited until I was in a dark environment where I couldn't even look to see what it was to bite me. I was in a movie theater when it bit me. It got me right there. And I felt something, but I was in a darkened movie theater and I couldn't do much about it. So I just sat there like rubbing it. I smashed it too. Is it the Oneg blood, you think? I'll buy that. Okay, Miss Jen, my beautiful Miss Jenny. What message can I share for Miss Jenny today to serve her highest good? Archangel Michael. Okay. Archangel Michael's being pointed out, Miss Jenny. Ooh, pointing out a big turning point that just took place in your life. I know exactly what they're talking about. I'm not going to share that though, just because it's private between Jenny and I, but big change, a big thing, a big change that just happened. Okay. All right. Emotional withdrawal and card 8 came out for you. Card 8 is infinity. Infinity, it's also higher learning. It's also the job card. Or even spiritual work. Emotional withdrawal. So are you shutting yourself down emotional wise, sister? Are you not allowing yourself to feel certain things? Because that's what's coming through the energy, is that you're trying to be strong through something. You're trying to be the strong one, or shut down some kind of feelings. And it feels like the feelings you're trying to like stifle are feelings of like anger, feelings of like being angry at someone, being irritated at someone, being disappointed with someone, like those type of feelings. You're like not allowing yourself to feel those when they come up. And you're like, oh, I'm not allowed to feel angry. I have to be peaceful. I'm not allowed to be mad. I have to be nice. Like, this is what's coming through in the energy. Like, you're kind of stifling. So no, you need to feel those things. You need to allow yourself to feel anger. It's how you react that is what matters. And this is what Spirit keeps telling me these days. It's imperative that you feel the anger. It's imperative that you feel the irritation or whatever, the frustration. That's what you're here to do. We came here to have those experiences because we have to be human in order to have those low vibrational energies, right? So I guess the advice coming through for you, Jenny, is that you're being too complacent. Like you're not allowing yourself to feel these feelings. Um, it's okay. You're supposed to. You're supposed to be angry when you're supposed to be angry. You're supposed to be frustrated at people when you're supposed to be frustrated at them. You're here for that. It's how you react to it that matters. And what I feel like they're saying is you're not allowing yourself to react to it at all. You're not giving yourself that at all. You're just like, there's certain things that you just don't let yourself go to. Like anger is one of them. Um, so it's okay to be angry. What we don't want to do is take that anger and cut and create have violence come out of it, or hostility, or negative, like hurting other people. It's okay to have the anger. It's important. It's part of what we're doing here. Just how you react to the anger is what you need to take into consideration. Not having the feelings at all, not experiencing the feelings. How you react to them is what's coming through. So you're holding yourself back from experiencing important feelings. Oh my gosh, you guys. There's literally a huge helicopter right outside the window. It's really low. Yeah, that's odd. Huge helicopter flying back and forth outside. Can you guys hear it? Sorry, just hold on one second. Dang. I wonder if they're doing helicopter rides, maybe, because that's very low to the ground. But we do have a small airport across the street. Can you guys hear it? My window's open like this much. Okay. I'm not done yet, Jenny. So people have done things to wrong you and continually do. This has to do with your job. Okay. People taking advantage of you. People, yeah, expecting you things from you that they won't do, and like people taking advantage of you. They expect you to be the one to work harder, you to be the one to take the harder tasks on. You're the dependable one. Um, and some, maybe a lot of people you work with feel like you're kind of a pushover, or they can get one over on you, or they can just be lazy as your partner. And you'll just pick up the slack because you don't want to get in trouble for the work not getting done, so you'll just do it. And just, that's what's kind of coming through, is not standing your ground, speaking for yourself, speaking up, saying, I'm not going to do this. I do feel like you're good at doing that, but I still feel like there's certain individuals who are kind of taking advantage of how nice you are, how calm you are. And energetically, this is affecting your vibration. Yeah. So no more holding back. Speak your mind. That doesn't mean you have to fight with someone, but you can still say, this is what you just did, and this is how it made me feel. And I just want you to know that. And then you've processed it right then and there. And yeah, that's what's coming through for you, sweetheart. Does that make sense to you? I don't want anyone taking Jenny for granted either. And I feel like a lot of people do around her work. I do. I feel like people take advantage of the fact that you are very, very hard worker, very dedicated. And here's the thing, the job you do, Jenny, it's not just a job. It's not just a place where you go and you perform an activity for 8 hours a day and you clock in and clock out, and then once a week you get a paycheck. It's not that for you at all. Your work, your job is a lifelong dedication to something. It is like a lifelong, it is a big part of who you are. And so the quality of your work is everything to you. The quality is, you've been perfecting it for your life. So it's not just a job to you, and people can see that. And so they know that they can cut corners here, or they can take advantage of you here, or they can slack off here, because you care so much that you'll pick up the slack for them. And that's what's coming through. And so, and then also on top of that, there's you knowing this is happening, and kind of just not saying much, but being angry, but not really allowing yourself to be angry. So that's what's coming through. So process that anger, allow yourself to be angry, speak when you feel it's time to speak. Speak up for yourself. Have boundaries. You need to have some stronger boundaries. That's coming through. And what's kind of coming through is that if you switch up, instead of going and picking up the slack for an individual, go to that individual and say, they're showing me notes. So maybe write this down or in the charts or something, but point out to the individual, I had to perform this part of your job duty for you today. So that the individual knows that you're not just doing it and just taking it in stride, that it's being noted, pointed out to them. I had to do this for you today because you didn't complete this. Don't go up to them and say, oh, you're a terrible, horrible worker. I had to do this. No, just go up to them and very politely and matter of fact say, today I had to perform this and this and this job duty for you because you failed to do this. And I'm just pointing out to you that I had to do this for you. So now I'm aware that, that way they just don't feel like you're just taking it in stride, and you get your feelings spoken. You get to process the emotion right then and there. And it's not a thing dangling behind for you to come back and deal with later energetically, if that makes sense. All right. I'm going to do one more little thing here and give you a alchemical thought of the day, Miss Jenny. You're too nice, sister. That's a big part of it. You're too nice. People say that to me all the time, too. It's easy when you're extremely highly empathic. And Jenny, your soul comes from the angelic realms. So that right there is going to make it hard for you to, well, that's the wrong way to put it. Your soul comes from the angelic realms. So you're a kind of a target for the lower energies. So all those lower negative individuals are really going to be attracted to you. I love this. It says, oh my God, celebrate your life right now. Do it immediately. I love that. So there's your walking thought, sweetheart. There's your walking thought. Okay. Let me just pick up one I dropped on the floor and let's see what it says too. Let your fears be your fuel. Chaos is the alchemical path to life. Forge your own reality. Okay, I don't feel like that one aligns. Okie dokie. I'm going to go to another number. Let's do another one. I know I'm just going to do one more because I've already been here for almost 2 hours. I can't even believe that. Okay. Are we ready? Let's do one more. We got 21. Oop, 21. You're welcome, sweetheart, very much. Actually, 21. Who is it? Dean is 19. Dean is 19. Is anybody else closer? I would love to read for Dean. All right, Dean it is. I feel like the fire quartz is significant for you, Dean. Do you have a question? Anything directly that you'd like me to ask, or you want me to just peek? We love Dean. Okay, well, whoever is 23, I'll read on them too. Sam, I sure do miss Miss Sam. She is so on the numbers. 21. I got the number 21. And we've got Dean at 19. So that's 2 away. But Jenny said someone's at 23, and that's also 2 away. I'm trying to love everyone. Oh, I love that. Me too. Whatever the guides asked. Okay. I am asking to connect with Dean's guides in this moment. What do I need to point out to Dean in this moment? I am totally being pulled away from this deck. I'm not really called to this deck much, Dean. But this is my one and only deck that I own that comes from Paris. It's the Pique de la Soul deck. This is the one. So, Dean, you are working through some shadow work right now yourself. I'm feeling some confusion about some information that you received. Possibly you may be connected to an individual who's not giving you correct information. Okay. Open receptive to receive for Dean. I feel like somebody gave you some incorrect information and you're going off of it. And so it might be like holding you back. It feels planned. Okay. Temperance in reverse. This is causing an imbalance. So this is causing maybe like a hiccup or it feels intentional. It feels like somebody gave you some wrong information on purpose to hold you in a state of confusion. Okay, I'll keep going. Who was this? Why was this? Who was this? Why was this? I'm asking for 3 cards. Oh, geez Louise. 6 of Swords, a necessary transition, a necessary movement, a necessary change. Somebody telling you that something needs to be changed. Page of Wands. So it could be, why do I feel like somebody has brought you some wrong spiritual advice? That's what I feel like. I feel like somebody has told you something incorrect. It would be a younger individual who has given some incorrect information, has kind of thrown things out of balance for you. Somebody has told you something spiritual wise. Okay, what more can I know about this? I don't like that. Okay, are you being approached by people who are coming to you and saying, oh, I saw your name and I read your energy and you need a reading? Something like that. Has anyone approached you in that way? I'm hearing things. The Moon. Someone's keeping secrets. Someone's telling you things. The Moon. This is things that are being kept in the dark. This is like things that are being held back. I feel like somebody gave you some wrong information at some point, Dean, that you have taken into consideration in your spiritual pathway and your healing journey. And they may or may not have done it intentionally. It kind of feels like a plan, but it could be just a plan of some individual to gain from you. That's kind of what it feels like. So somebody approaching you with some kind of spiritual information that you took to heart that was incorrect for you. That's what's coming through. Okay, can I know more about this information, please, so that we can correct it? Did somebody tell you something about talking to a deceased relative? Has somebody told you that they're connecting to your deceased relatives? This is the king, or this is a death card, and we've got the King of Wands. So is someone telling you they're connecting with your ancestors, your past deceased friends, and giving you advice from them? Someone's telling you that they're connecting with someone's giving you wrong information regarding a deceased individual. Okay, I'll put it that's as simple as I can put that. What more can we know about this? Something to do with a guide. Something to do with a guide. Okay. Somebody has told you some wrong information about a guide. Two of Wands. Caused you to make a decision, or is keeping you from making a decision or making a choice. Oh, okay. I'm seeing a fork in the road. At some point, you stood at a fork in the road, Dean, and you had to make a decision. You made a decision based on information somebody brought you in a spiritual way regarding either ancestors. That's what I want to say is your ancestors. They gave you wrong information on this. And this is and you believed it, or you have used it or utilized it, or you're working according to what you were given, the information you were given, and it was wrong information. So I don't know if you're feeling frustration because it's not working, or you're feeling frustration because I do feel like there's parts of you that need to wake up, that need to open up and wake up. And you're part of a bloodline that we have put those into our pathways in multiple places because it's so important that we do, because of the task that we carry. So we've like foolproofed our life path by putting those mark or spots in our pathway where we're supposed to wake up to certain things. On an energetic level, something wants to stop you from doing that. Something wants to stop you. And it feels like your bloodline is kind of the reason. You fall into a special category of targeted individuals. Hello, I'm right there with you. Natalie, any of us who are of the RH negative, okay, we are of a very ancient divine bloodline, and there was things put into effect to keep that bloodline as pure as possible for a reason. We are encoded in a different way than other souls because of it. So we become an extra target. And I feel like, Dean, okay, this is what you need to do. Thank you, spirit guides. The words that I spoke at the beginning of this, where I don't know if you've seen it or not, Dean, at the very beginning of this live, I read something out of this book. What we need to do is we need to disconnect, cut any cords, any energetic cords with any previous spiritual instruction or teachers, and come with a clean slate. Okay, so you need to cut any energetic cords with any previous spiritual instruction or spiritual guidelines or anything like that. Okay, it needs to be cut out. It needs to be severed. Cut it. Start fresh. Clean table. I'm seeing a brand new clean table. You need to start with a clean table. So you can do some visualization with that. We live such a busy, hard life. It's hard to remember every conversation we had. And it's those conversations where the dark forces will sneak in and stick little energetic cords on us that will trip us up, hold us back, keep us out of alignment so we can't achieve what our goal is here. So you need to sever all ties. If anything, it's definitely a huge cleansing that needs to take place for you. A huge cleansing. Your physical body, your soul, your pathway. And then the words that I spoke at the beginning of this, I read out of this book, where you are calling everything off, sending everything back where it came from, calling everything back to yourself that is you, all the pieces of you. If a little tiny piece of you is stuck out there, that can hold you back. It can keep you out of alignment. So, and go back to the beginning of this live, Dean, and maybe write down what I said, the words I said. I've written and rewritten these words so many times, trying to make sure that I cover all the bases as far as energetic connections, attachments, and making sure that the protections are taking place. We have to be really careful. If we use sage, repeat what you said. Would that work? Yes. I want you to get cedar sage. Regular white sage is good too, but I want you to get cedar sage. It's much stronger. It's got a Native American connotation behind it, or connection with it, that is just demands it to the purpose of it to come through. You need black obsidian. I want you to put a piece of black obsidian or black tourmaline in all four corners of your home. Open a window. Send anything that's not serving your highest good out the window. Place protections around your house. I would even do like a salt circle. If you've got Himalayan salt, do a salt circle around your house. Intention is everything. So as you're doing these, the intention behind it is for his protection and to release anything not serving right. It does feel like something made a bit of a connection to him. He has something connected to him, but it's not like necessarily nothing dark or dangerous or life threatening. It's just something keeping him out of a complete alignment. And it came in the form of misinformation, but it can be completely released and reversed, and starting fresh slate. Yeah, that's my advice right now. I'll do a little mini read later on that one and just follow up with you guys outside of YouTube and see if I can get any other like suggestion straight from spirit. Right now, the RH negative, we are such a target. You're welcome. The RH negative is we're a target. We're a big target. And unfortunately, it feels like, and it's been my experience and from what I've observed, a lot of the people in the RH negative bloodline we have connections that we have things connected to us that we're not even aware of. Things get kind of sneaky. Things can get kind of sneaky with us. And the most innocent of little things, like someone giving you a pair of earrings, speaking from experience, with something really bad attached to it, can happen. And it seems like the most innocent, like someone gave me a gift, but there was something really bad attached to it, which I didn't know right away. It didn't come out right away. Energetically, I didn't feel it right away, so that's, unfortunately, we're targeted in that way. So, okay, let me catch up with my chat a little bit here. Hold on. I feel like I'm missing everything. Okay, so I'm going to start right here. It says, Natalie said fire sign. Okay. What a lovely day. It's a struggle almost daily, but I'm trying. I have issues saying no to people. Yvette, I do feel that in your energy for sure. People will take you for granted for that. And also, too, Yvette, I feel like this is coming through in the energy right now. I feel like you find your worth and what you can do for other people. Like you find your value and what you can do for other people, helping other people, and you find your value in that. So it makes you feel good to put yourself last, but it's not good for you. Okay. I had a reading a very long time ago. You had a reading a long time ago? Okay. Well, I don't know if maybe that reading something came through and the information that was incorrect. You acted accordingly or implemented that information into your flow, and it's got a little bit of a misalignment throwing you off. But it feels like it is. It's holding you back from your flow. Not horribly though, Dean, but it's being pointed out. So obviously it needs to be addressed. If it was something dark and really dangerous, I would feel that, and I don't. So there's that. Let me do an alchemical thought for you, Dean. Seeing black tourmaline, white tourmaline too. Okay, you need to put a protective crystal in all four corners of your house. Do the salt. Demand authority over your space. That's coming through. demand authority over your space. Uh, so like what I see is when I'm going through my house and I'm cleansing my area, one of the things I say is that I am a sovereign being and I'm a fractal of the God source energy. I'm a sovereign being, and that I am in control, command and demand all energetic everything within my own space. And being really specific about it, very specific. Like you're only high vibrational beings of love and light are allowed in my space. Only high vibrational beings. That I'm hearing that. So make sure that you point that out when you cleanse your space, that you specify that any beings that come and interact with you, because you're someone who works within the realms. You're someone who works with divination tools and crystals and meditation and metaphysical stuff. Okay, that's definitely true for you, Dean. I can feel it coming through your energy. That you're someone who works within the realm of all those things. This kind of leaves little open doorways for things to sneak in, where we have to just be really responsible, and we have to make sure we cover all of our areas, all of our bases. And so just be really specific when you cleanse your area and you cut ties to anything no longer serving your highest good. Anything that's no longer serving your highest good is really important that you speak those words, that you remove that from your energetic flow completely. Say it's no longer welcome in my flow. It's no longer, and it never will be welcome in my flow. Because at some point you made it welcome. You welcomed it into your flow, and it just kind of hangs out there, causing a misalignment. But be very specific when you do your cleansing, what is and is not allowed in your space. If you have, and I don't know why I'm being told to include this, but you're going to know, if you have an energy that you work with that's not necessarily super, super high, say somebody in spirit who is not necessarily a real high vibrational person, but you still want to be able to communicate with this individual. Say you had a friend that was kind of a bad guy, but you loved him regardless, and it's still okay for you to interact with this individual. Be very specific, okay? Just don't leave any holes or openings or ways for the sneaky ones to get through. So that's my advice when it comes to that. What I say is I am divinely guided, I'm divinely protected, I'm divinely grounded and balanced and centered. I love it. That's perfect. Lovely day. That's very good. You bet. Someone told me normal sage brings unwanted things in. Is that true? No. Well, it depends what you're doing with it. Everything is in the intention. Everything. If your intention is to do dark, ugly things with it, that's what will happen with it. If your intention is to use it as a cleansing tool to cleanse your space, that's what you say as you're using it. My intention in this moment is to use this to cleanse. Then that's what it'll be used for. Anything can be taken to a bad place. So it's the intention behind it. It's everything, for sure. And that is so weird, Natalie. My lives keep jumping back like 5 minutes or more. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. It's so frustrating. I have my door open. Sometimes if I close that door, it cuts off my connection and it makes me jump out. But I feel if you're afraid to smudge and use divination, then you may possibly be open to attacks or let things in. Well, if you're afraid to smudge, if you're afraid to use divination, first of all, it's fear-based is a lot of indoctrination, confusion, ignorance. When I say ignorance, that's not an insult. It's just a lack of knowledge. People get so bent out of shape when you say ignorant. They think it's an insult. No, ignorant just means not knowing, not knowing. But it is that as though it causes the fear. And if you're ignorant and you're not knowing, then you are open. You're wide open for a lot of negative stuff. Absolutely. Yep. Me either. And some funky, weird things on some letters. That's weird. What? See, I wonder if our chat is under attack. That's possible. I'm speaking truths here. I sage loads. Yeah, I sage every day, a couple times, because I start my day off that way, in meditation, and then I end my day that way as well. Yeah, that's strange. On my side, everything looks swimmingly perfect. This is the first chat in a long time that I haven't been tossed out of. So on my end, it looks great. How weird is that? How weird is that? You know what? I'm going to do one last message for the collective, and then I'm going to go, guys. I got to go get out in the sunshine. Hi, Amy. What? They locked you out for 45 minutes and you said go away, and now you're back. Without knowing, maybe I've been attacked for a very long time. Dean, if you set your intentions to know these things, ask your guides to make you aware. Ask your guides. We don't walk around thinking in our head all the time, hey, should I ask my guides if I'm under attack? Hey, should I stop and ask my guides if there's something negative attached to my energy? We don't think about doing that, especially if there is. If there is something attached negative to your energy, if you are being under attack by something, it doesn't want you to know what's happening. It'll be sneaky about it. It won't be 100% aware to you that it's happening. You got to ask. You got to ask. Can you make me aware? Talk to your guides, Dane, and say, I'm concerned that there may be something, that's not serving my highest good, and I need to be made aware of what this is so that I can take care of the problem. Yeah, I got to go outside and see some sunshine. Let me get one last message for you guys. This is from Beyond Lemuria. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Okay. Endless opportunities. Look at that artwork. Izzy Ivy. Izzy Ivy's deck, Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck, my very first Oracle deck. This is just a small version. But I'm going to read to you this message, and then I'm going to bounce out of here. And where did my glasses? And wish you all a merry day. All right. Endless opportunities. It's wonderful to have the freedom to choose. However, sometimes indecision can be almost suffocating. So get into your body and let your gut feeling guide the way. You have options and opportunities. You may not have realized that our gut feeling, that's our intuition. So it's saying to let our intuition lead the way to opportunities that we don't know are there. The universe wants to give you what you want. It's all there. So reach out and wholeheartedly choose it. While you sit on the fence, your experiences are diluted and confusing. We live in a time of choices. Sometimes reason and limitation direct our choices, and we feel unfulfilled as a result. Choose life from a place of heart, compassion, and integrity, and you can't go wrong. Isn't that an awesome ending message? I love it. Endless opportunities. Yes, that's why those people like me, like Natalie, like all of you guys that are here right now. We are the seekers. We are the truth seekers, the truth warriors, right? We not only do we want to seek the truth, but we want to spread the truth as well. And we are actually sent here as little baby souls, starting over with a fresh slate, given endless opportunities. And it's all up to us how we go about pursuing them, right? So go pursue some opportunities, all of my beautiful friends. Go have a beautiful rest of your Thursday. Pursue some opportunities. I'll be back tomorrow to do a crystal live sale as long as they're not making more noise. I think they might be done. I think they finished while I was on this live. So thank you, everybody, for trusting me with your energy. Thank you, mods, for helping. You guys are amazing. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. And go have a beautiful Thursday. Lifting you all in divine, hugely abundant, divine love and light. And blessed be. Bye, guys.